Hey, good afternoon, folks. How's everybody doing today? It's, you know what? I have no idea what day it is today. Oh, happy Star Wars Day. It's actually my father's birthday as well, so happy angel birthday, Pops. It is May 4th, so may the 4th be with you. It's also, the kids' friends, Anthony and Steph, I believe this is their wedding anniversary. So, happy anniversary, guys. Let's just tear through some headlines this morning because I'm bored. Well, this afternoon. It's 4:30, which makes it almost 5 o'clock somewhere, which means I can have a fucking beer now. Long hot day today. I actually did yard work and shit. Former NSC Chief of Staff Fred Fleitz, House Intelligence Committee found John Brennan suppressed Russia evidence during the 2016 election. I watched Jackass Ignoramus Don Lemon or Don Lemon or whatever the fuck they want to call him, having a deep, heartfelt conversation with America on how bad he feels for Trump because, you know, Obama just it smokes Trump in every way. Yeah, he is a scandal-free, huh? Scandal-free my ass. MSNBC, because MSNBC is a viable, solid news organization. Americans miss having a competent president like George W. Bush. I mean, the guy that they used to make chimp memes out of before Obama got the job, right? That guy? The guy you fucking tortured for his entire 8 years of incompetence? Because, yes, he was incompetent, folks. Fucking people kill me. Kill me. And yet, the sheep will line up at the trough and they still gobble this shit up, and I'm fucking amazed. But at least more of us are waking up. I had another conversation with somebody the other night. Just about, it's an old friend from way back in the day in the old neighborhood, about all the shit that's going on and how you can't trust anything that's in the, you know, I always thought you were crazy. I'm still crazy, I haven't changed. Folks like the new decor, by the way. It's courtesy of my brother and nephew who stopped by yesterday and decided I wasn't patriotic enough with just having, you know, Don't Tread on Me and a standard American flag made out of guns. Oh no, I needed more Trump stuff. Dilly dilly, Trump on a tank, Trump 2020. There's one more. Where the hell is the damn thing? I don't know. It's here somewhere. I'm actually running out of room for all this. Anyway, I thought it was nice of him, so thank you. And to put POTUS up in a spot of honor behind us, because it really tends to piss off stupid people, and I'm completely okay with that. Less than 1% of New York City coronavirus fatalities, 0.61%, had no underlying health conditions. Okay. It's New York City. I don't think people actually grasp what living in a big, giant city is like. New York is the city where there's video of a rat stealing a slice of pizza and carrying it down into the subway. That's a rat into the subway, which is loaded with trash. And there's homeless people that live down there, and so there's going to be feces and urine, human feces and urine. But you ever go to the bank and you stick your money in the little shuttlecock, you put it in a tube and it goes. Those subway trains moving through those tunnels push air. That air is loaded with, aside from industrial pollutants, and I'm just going to go, they're over 100 years old. There's asbestos and shit being blown around in that dust. On top of feces from humans and rats and whatever the fuck, alligators, whatever the fuck else lives in there. It's just in the subway. It's no better outside. I think it was Styx was saying that he thinks New York smells like spoiled cheese, and I'm like, no, I grew up there. This time of year when it starts to get hot, it smells like homeless people and urine and rotting garbage. Just as an aside, you know how the Brits call the bathroom the loo? That's because when London was a huge, bustling urban metropolis with no sanitation and water reclamation facilities, no bathrooms, what they'd do is they'd use a chamber pot, and they'd go to the window and they yell, "Look at blue!" Toss the shit and piss out the window into the fucking street. Yeah. London must have been delightful to be in during the friggin' summer. It's going to be more than 100 years ago, 150 years ago. Yeah, fucking disgusting. Big giant cities are fucking disgusting, just in case people don't understand this. It's like the magician's illusion. Look over here. See all the great stuff we got? Well, we're taking your life away very fast here, but don't worry, you keep looking over here, because you don't want to know what's going on over here. If it's your bag, go for it. The fuck do I care? Just don't come here, by the way. So, almost everybody who lived in a big giant city had some underlying comorbidity from a horrible diet, lack of exercise, the just inherent amount of fucking industrial and ecological pollution blowing around in the air. Color me fucking shocked. Committee to draft Michelle Obama as vice president has registered with the FEC. Go for it. I'm fucking dying. You think people aren't going to vote for Biden now? Wait till Big Mike gets a chubby on fucking stage and pushes her fucking dress out a little further. That'll play well. Michelle Obama. Incidentally, if you really think she's a viable choice, remember she got her license taken away to practice law because she's a disreputable shitbag. Or he's a disreputable shitbag. It's a disreputable shitbag? You tell me. I guess we could go with it, since I'm not really sure that she's not from that old Eddie Murphy bit. His father gets drunk and tells off his uncle about Goony Goo Goo when he married a Bigfoot. Although I guess Bigfoot filed a lawsuit to stop being compared to Michelle Obama, so she's not a Sasquatch. Trump goes there, slams vocal critic Psycho Joe Scarborough, and then calls for an investigation on his dead former intern. Yeah, his intern, I believe she was found with drugs in her system and alcohol, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, I'm just saying, this is all top of my head. But didn't she have a fractured skull? Yeah, something funky was going on. And this was in his office at work. He was Comcast should open up long overdue Florida cold case against Psycho Joe Scarborough. I know him and Crazy Mike as well. They used them beautifully in the last election, dumped them nicely, and will state on the record he is nuts besides bad ratings. When Scarborough was a Republican congressman for Florida, his intern, Lori Clausitis, was found dead in his Florida district office. There is no proof that Scarborough had anything to do with it. She was found dead behind her desk by two people visiting the congressman's district office in July of 2001. An autopsy report had found that she had been feeling unwell and heart problems caused her to fall on her desk and hit her head. See? Yeah, and I trust the technically I trust the political system to cover up all their little peccadillos by exerting as much pressure as possible on all the local officials. This is nothing new, dude. Come on, give me a fucking break. And this goes back to the uniparty thing that people still don't believe exists because they have to vote red or blue. John McCain was a perfect example. I fucking hated the guy. He was a horrible human being, and he was a miserable Republican. Okay? He couldn't be a Republican if it fucking would have saved his life, and it wasn't going to. Okay? Once they get in, it's all about keeping power, not rocking the boat, staying the course, being a team player, but the team they play for isn't the team you have any involvement with. Okay? Their team is them. You are nothing more than serfs, peasants in the field to these fucking people, because once they get in, they believe they're royalty and they have a mandate to do whatever the fuck they want. Did Joe smash his intern's head in because things got a little freaky? Maybe. It's like, Teddy Kennedy was just giving what's-her-name swimming lessons when the car went off the bridge, and he forgot to save her because she was carrying his unborn child. Allegedly. Granted, Hillary still holds the fucking title for most accidental deaths and suicides by shooting herself twice in the back of the head. Although, let's see what happens when Big Mike gets in there. I'm sure there's a few fucking skeletons that wants to put back in the closet. Fauci lied. The economy died. 370 workers at a Missouri pork plant test positive for coronavirus. All are asymptomatic. Just because they're asymptomatic does not mean you are, though. On the other hand, this is not the giant end-of-the-world pandemic they were making it out to be. But I told you that, and you guys didn't want to fucking listen to me. Pelosi blocks investigation of China and origins of the Wuhan virus. There's that uniparty again. And puts all resources into another hoax investigation of Donald Trump. Yeah, of course. The fuck else you have to do? You want to take care of anything in California? It's not like those people voted for you, and it's not like they pay for you. Is it? General Flynn's initial law firm, Covington and Burling, defies court request, resists turning over Eric Holder's phone records on the Flynn case. You know who Eric Holder was. He worked for Obama, Fast and Furious. Another scandal that never happened during the Obama administration, by the way. He's also a partner in this law firm where railroading the only guy besides Trump who was fucking straight and clean enough and might actually expose some of the shit that was going on. I can't wait for that to fucking happen. I don't put a whole lot of faith in Q. I mean, I watch X22 and I like Dave. He's got some interesting stuff in there, but every week he's telling me this is the week. It's coming. This is the week. I told you. I give Trumpo till the day after he gets his second term, and if he doesn't start locking people up and giving them fucking free air dancing lessons for treason and sedition, the country's done. It's fucking smoked. Just is. Anyway, can't see why they wouldn't want to turn over the legal records of somebody that the initial law firm forgot they had 6,800 pages of paperwork that they needed to turn over to the new law firm, or that also forgot all the exonerating evidence they had about him that they didn't bother to turn in so that they could railroad him in. Remember, the whole idea was to get Flynn to roll. They tried it with Cohen, and that didn't work because he was a weaselly little fucking bitch. Flynn, on the other hand, is at least a man of honor. And I expect nothing else from our military, by the way. Well, there's a lot of fucking shitbags in our military, like Obama appointees, like Stanny McChrystal, that, they're taxpayer-funded condos in the Caribbean with beautiful courtyard views. High turnover rates, too, hopefully. Sidney Powell drops the bomb. Comey and company prosecuted Flynn so he and Trump would not expose their crimes. Flynn was first key part of the insurance policy. Okay? Told you, folks, these people, not one scandal in 8 years. Not even that time Michelle's fucking trouser trout was flopping around like a halibut on deck as she came down the stairs in that white linen pantsuit. Judicial Watch. I really do like Judicial Watch. Deep state Pentagon official who leaked Flynn's call with Russian ambassador to Washington Post exposed. So, General Flynn's December 2016 phone calls with Russian ambassador Sergei Kislyak were leaked to the Washington Post reporter David Ignatius. Flynn's calls were then published by Whaddau on January 12, 2017, which led to Flynn being fired as National Security Advisor in February. General Flynn's lawyers believe Pentagon official James H. Baker, not to be mistaken for FBI lawyer James A. Baker. Folks, if your last name is Baker and you're considering naming your child James, I'm going to say no. Apparently that's the reason Benedict Arnold isn't a friggin' big seller anymore. Illegally leaked Flynn's transcripts to Ignatius. Okay. So, he doesn't get to go to the Caribbean. I don't know, does he rate Supermax? Fuck him, let's send him an 11 worth. House Republicans send letter to Wray demanding all documents on operation against Flynn. Provide FBI's Bill Priestap and Joe Pientka for interviews. It's not gonna fucking happen because there's a toothless dog that's barking. You know what Skeletor is gonna do. She's gonna slam her gavel down like she has some sort of fucking power and say, no, bedroom, bed, you said bed. She gets a free trip to the Caribbean. I am actually super impressed here. Biden calls coronavirus an incredible opportunity to fundamentally transform the country. The fact that he could string that together off a teleprompter and not fuck it up is what amazes me. He was freezing up on his last live town hall from his basement. And he is reading off a teleprompter because they showed you stills where you could see the teleprompter in front of him on the desk. I wish I had that, but I do not. Actually, I don't, because then I would have to write scripts, and that'd take too much fucking work, folks. Check the data. Nobel Prize-winning scientist says strict lockdowns for COVID-19 were an overreaction. I remember correctly, they gave Obama the Nobel Peace Prize, and then he went on to expand the war fronts and bomb the fuck out of people. So, just gonna say, the Nobel Prize is not what it used to be. So as far as Nobel Prize winning scientist, okay, yeah, you might want to turn that fucker back and say thanks. I don't want the stains. Former FDA chief, social distancing didn't work as well as we expected. He works for the FDA. It's the Food and Drug Administration. What the fuck does social distancing have to do with Food and Drug Administration? And who is this guy anyway? Was FDA chief under who? Obama? Bush? Which one of the shit stains was he under? Dr. Scott Gottlieb agrees. Oh, and he was on CBS's Face the Nation on Sunday, so it's not like they were cherry picking this fucking toady. I love this one. I love this one. South Carolina woman arrested for licking spree in grocery store and sandwich shop. I believe if you catch it. Chenier Gibson Holiday, Sumter County Sheriff's Office. Chenier doesn't look like she's all there anyway. Just in case you didn't know, if you spit on a healthcare worker or a police officer, it's assault with a deadly weapon. Okay? Just so you know. It's a fucking felony. Lock your shit up. Is it ridiculous? There's a lot of fucking disease that's carried around in human saliva. So this idiot was going around and licking stuff in the IGA, Independent Grocers Association, grocery store and Substation 2 sandwich shop. Police say surveillance footage from IGA grocery stores showed Holiday licking her hands before touching freezer doors and food. In a separate incident, a manner of Substation 2 sandwich shop said Holiday was seen licking her hands and then wiping the debit card machine and countertops. She was charged with aggravated breach of peace and food tampering and is being held on a $100,000 bond. Deputies said the woman exited the store before the workers were done making her food and told them she will be back. Deputies did not find her at the shop when they arrived after that incident. She was put on trespass notice for all Substation 2 sandwich shops, charged with aggravated breach of the peace. She was also issued a violation citation for the state's stay-at-home work order. Oh. Doesn't matter. So what this woman is doing, basically, is she's transmitting what I don't believe. Well, that's not true. It is fatal, and it's fatal to actually the weakest parts of the population. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing is wrong. Now, she's black, so expect the race card to be pulled out any moment. It's cultural, and she was just trying to build herd immunity or something. No, send her ass to the fucking lockup. Finally, tearful nurse blows whistle on New York's hospital murdering COVID patients with complete medical mismanagement. A Nevada nurse who traveled to New York City to help treat COVID-19 patients has posted a tearful Facebook Live video claiming that patients are not dying from the virus, but are being murdered by gross negligence and complete medical mismanagement. Remember, folks, you keep right on saying, I want the government in charge of my health care. Nicole Siratek, a nurse from Elko, was assigned to 2 different hospitals in New York City. I'm literally telling you that they are murdering these people, says in a terrifying video. The video begins with Siratek explaining that every time she attempts to advocate on behalf of one of her patients, management takes them away and reassigns her to another unit. She said this has happened at both hospitals she has worked in the city. I legitimately don't even know what to do anymore. Even advocacy groups don't give a shit about these people. Black lives don't matter here. I know not everybody is going to live. I'm not that fucking green or ignorant or bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to think that, okay? I know we're going to have a shit ton of people die, but these people aren't dying from COVID. She then gives specific examples of patients who have died from medical negligence, including a resident nurse killing a patient by using a defibrillator on him when he had a pulse. Holy fuck. And it wasn't necessary. She ran out of the room to get help. Stopping him from doing it, the director of nursing just shook her head at her. The patient ultimately died, but not from COVID. That's not what the death certificate says. In another example, she said the patient was given the wrong type of insulin. Even more alarmingly, she said that the hospital was refusing to give blood transfusions to patients who are low on blood unless they have internal bleeding. Without proper blood flow, she explained, the ventilators do not do anything to help them. She said that this is a common problem for patients with the virus. Nobody's listening. They don't care what's happening to these people. They don't. I'm literally coming here every day and watching them kill them. I did put a copy of the video up on my Minds. Now, whether or not this is true, I have no idea. Do I think it's entirely possible? I've been in medicine a long time, folks. I've seen shit that would make your hair stand on end that was actually considered normal and necessary. And I have watched the industry die because we stuck it in the hands of the fucking government. We let lawyers make our decisions for us now. Just remember, if you really think that our healthcare system is that broken, before 1974, every hospital in this country was non-profit, not not-for-profit and not for-profit. Those are completely different. 100% non-profit, which means every dollar is to go back into paychecks, equipment, whatever, including the treatment of indigents, which you get to write off your taxes. Go back to that, you'll watch American medicine go through the fucking roof again. People will be begging to come here to have shit done. We'll be able to do it. We'll have the ability. That's it for today, folks. I'm sorry, I don't think this one is as good as they usually are, but it's one of those days. Plus, I Just started my first beer. So I will catch you on the next review. Remember, I'm not a huge Trump guy, but I thank God every day fucking Hillary didn't get the job. Or Big Mike. All right. Catch you on the next one. Adios.